All right. Hello, everyone. This is Chinchilla Jonicia with PhillyCAM Voices. And today we're out here at the Liberty Bell in the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, 510 Chestnut Street. Today we are joining with immigrants. They are having an immigrants' rights movement, the leaders here at the Liberty Bell today, for a rally and a march for immigrant, migrant, and refugees' lives. The Trump administration plans to expand immigrant detention, deputizing local law enforcement and the military to execute mass raids and deportations. And now they are chanting right now.
Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Yeah. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. Can't hear you. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No fear, no hate. Immigrants are welcome here. No fear, no hate. Immigrants are welcome here. No borders, no nation. Stop the deportations. No borders, no nation. Stop the deportations. No borders, no nation. Stop the deportations. No man, no wall. Sanctuary for all. No ban, no wall. Sanctuary for all. No ban, no wall. Sanctuary for all. No ban, no wall. Sanctuary for all. Woo! Give yourselves a round of applause. Woo! Okay, you graduated. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you all for being here. My name is Zainab, and I'm with Air Philadelphia. Louder! Louder! Is this better? All right. My name is Zainab, and I'm here with Air Philadelphia and President Joe Biden. Today is International Migrants Day. We stand here in solidarity with 11 million undocumented folks nationwide stuck in a system with no clear path to citizenship. We stand for the families that have been separated, for the children that ICE can no longer keep track of, for those that are currently in detention, and for those that have died in preventable deaths while in ICE custody. I'd like to begin with a moment of prayer and silence for those still in custody. Plans to expand immigrant detention, deputize local law enforcement and the military to execute mass raids and deportations, denaturalize immigrants that are here as citizens now, and end birthright citizenship. The time is now, President Biden, to act. Halt expansion efforts of immigrant detention and end ICE contracts with private prison corporations. Our full list of demands can be found using one of the QR codes on the posters. In the state of Pennsylvania, there are 3 immigrant detention centers, one of which is the largest in the Northeast, Moshehannon County. There are also Pike County and Clinton detention centers that are currently housing detainees. We demand the closure of these 3 detention centers. As we stand here together, we are honored to hear from a few incredible community members. Asia with Care Philadelphia, Santiago from Juntos, Inem from Africom, and one with Viet Lead. These are the voices that have been fighting for justice and who continue to push for a future where everyone is free from fear and detention. Along with community members, we will hear from Philadelphia council members and state representatives. Without further ado, let's begin with Asia from CARE Philadelphia. Give it up for Asia.
We can't hear anything. Use the blue speaker.
Can you guys hear me? All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Asia Jones. I'm the Advocacy Director at CARE Philadelphia. I will be reading a letter from an undocumented community member. Thank you all for attending the March on Immigrant Lives. It means a lot to see people stand up for us during a time of great fear and uncertainty. I came to the United States when I was 7 years old, and I have lived here for the past 16 years. My family became undocumented after our visa renewal was denied. When we appealed the case, Customs and Immigration agreed to reopen our case and then take a second look. This was in 2016. Since then, they have responded with a decision on our case. They have not responded with a decision on our case. It has been 8 years of waiting for a decision, 8 years of no legal status. My case is not unique. Those who overstay a visa make up 42% of the undocumented population, and Customs and Immigration goes unchecked for their decisions, wait times. If I were to go back to my home country and reapply for a new visa, I'd be barred from entry into the U.S. for 10 years. We need to create paths to citizenship for undocumented people, not imprison them. Under Trump, immigrants like myself will be placed under detention in inhumane conditions by ICE for months on end and then deported. Unfortunately, our last hope before Trump takes office is President Biden taking action to dismantle the deportation machine. What does this machine look like right now? Let's look at Moshannon Detention Center right here in Pennsylvania. ICE signed a contract with Private Prisons Corporation, the GEO Group. From ICE contracts alone, GEO Group grossed $551 million in profits in 2021 alone. Where does ICE get the money to sign these contracts with private prisons? Congress? For 2024, Congress has approved $3.4 billion for ICE to spend on detention centers alone. These billions of dollars are from taxpayers. We do not have an immigrant problem in this country. We have a prison industrial complex problem. Corporations have beds to fill their for-profit prisons, and they keep making more beds. The GEO Group announced that they will be investing $70 million this year into expanding the ICE detention facilities, because for them, more beds means more revenue. When there are too many beds and not enough people to fill them, corporations make up crime and lobby the government to criminalize innocent people. Corporate greed will kill us. God save America. Thank you.
I'd like now to invite Santiago from Juntos to speak on behalf of a community member. Santiago?
Yeah, Santiago!
Hi everyone, how are we doing? Hi everyone, my name is Lenore and I'm the Community Defense Organizer at Juntos, and I'll be sharing Santiago's testimony today. Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Lenore y soy la organizadora de Defensa Comunitaria en Juntos. About a year ago, a community member, Santiago, was detained at a routine ICE check-in, and he was taken to Moshannon, the largest detention center in the northeast region of the country. He was there for 6 months, throughout which we sent letters, commissary support, and attempted to visit him, but we were unsuccessful because he had been put into solitary confinement, which he spent 2 months in. Hace aproximadamente un año, un miembro de la comunidad Santiago fue detenido durante un chequeo de rutina con ICE y
fue llevado a Moshannon, el centro de detención más grande en la región del noreste del país. Estuvo allí durante 6 meses, durante los cuales le enviamos cartas, apoyo de comisaría e intentamos visitarlo, pero no tuvimos éxito porque lo había puesto en aislamiento, lugar en el que pasó 2 meses.
Fortunately, Santiago was released and is back in our community where he belongs, and this is what he shared with us.
Afortunadamente, Santiago fue liberado y está de regreso en nuestra comunidad donde pertenece.
Santiago said, "They treated me like I was an animal. There were moments when I had to do what they said, and even though I didn't like it, I had to do it. There came a time when I had a small verbal argument with a fellow detainee at Moshannon, and the time came when they took both of us and put us in the hole. My fellow detainee was given a week in the hole, and I was given 2 months. 2 months they put me in the hole, locked up in a cell, as if I were a criminal, as if I had murdered somebody, when all I had done was argue with a fellow detainee. I felt very frustrated. I felt like I was going to go crazy in that place. A lot of anxiety, a lot of anxiety. There came a time when, in order to get out of there, I had to block the toilet so that the water would overflow and they would take me out of that hole. Because I kept telling them that I didn't want to be there anymore, that I shouldn't have been locked up in a cell, that they only passed my food through a window. They would take me out for recreation, but it was a recreation locked in a cage. I couldn't see the sun or get any air, nothing, 24/7. That's how I spent 2 months, unable to see the sun or get any air, nothing."
A mí me trataban como si fuera un animal. Hubo momentos en que tenía que hacer lo que ellos decían, y aunque no me gustara, tenía que hacerlo. Llegó el momento en que una vez tuve una pequeña discusión verbal con un compañero en Moshannon, y llegó el tiempo en que nos cogieron y nos llevaron a los dos al hoyo. A mi compañero le dieron 1 semana metido en el hoyo y a mí me dieron 2 meses. 2 meses me metieron en el hoyo, encerrado en una celda, como si fuera un delincuente, como si hubiera asesinado a alguna persona, cuando lo único que hice fue discutir con un compañero. Me sentía muy frustrado, sentía que me iba a volver loco en ese lugar. Mucha ansiedad, mucha ansiedad. Llegó un momento en que, para que me sacaran de ahí, yo tuve que tapar la taza del baño para que el agua se saliera y así me sacaran de ese hoyo, porque yo les decía que no quería estar ahí más, pero yo no era un delincuente para estar encerrado en una celda, que solo me pasaban la comida por una ventana. Me sacaban al recreo, pero era un recreo encerrado en una jaula. No podría ver el sol ni tomar aire, nada, 24 horas, 7 días. Así pasé los 2 meses sin poder ver el sol ni tomar aire, nada.
Last spring, Juntos and other partner organizations visited Moshannon and conducted a series of interviews which led to the publishing of the first report on the conditions inside Moshannon, released on September 4th by the Scheller Center at Temple University. As inadequate medical and mental health care, a pervasive culture of mistreatment and abuse of authority by staff, issues with misuse of solitary confinement, racism and prejudice, among many other concerns. While Santiago spent 2 months in solitary, the person he argued with, a non-Black person, spent 1 week in solitary, highlighting the especially damning conditions for Black immigrants in detention. This report reinforces our belief for the need of a support network, as well as our demands to shut Moshannon down. Thank you.
La primavera pasada, Juntos y otras organizaciones asociadas visitaron a Moshannon y realizaron una serie de entrevistas que llevaron a la publicación del primer informe sobre las condiciones dentro de Moshannon publicado el 4 de septiembre por el Centro Scheller de la Universidad de Tempo. El informe revela condiciones deshumanizantes como atención médica y de salud mental inadecuada, una cultura generalizada de maltrato y abuso de autoridad por parte del personal, problemas con el uso indebido del régimen de aislamiento, racismo y prejuicios, entre muchas otras preocupaciones. Mientras que Santiago pasó 2 meses en aislamiento, la persona con la que había discutido, una persona no negra, pasó 1 mes en aislamiento, una semana en aislamiento, lo que pone de relieve las condiciones especialmente dañinas por los inmigrantes negros detenidos. Este informe refuerza nuestra creencia en la necesidad de una red de apoyo, así como nuestras demandas de cerrar Moshannon.
Shut Moshannon down!
Shut down!
Not one more deportation!
Not one more deportation!
Not one more deportation!
I'd like to now introduce Larry Krasner, Philadelphia District Attorney.
We're here at the March for Immigrant Rights at Independence Mall. Very present.
Hey everybody, how are we today? Can you hear me or no?
Louder.
I see no, I see yes.
Louder.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to say a lot. I want to introduce you to Stephanie Costa. Stephanie is our chief of immigration at the Philadelphia DA's office. She spends a lot of her time trying to protect victims of crime who are undocumented, witnesses who are undocumented, and make sure any defendants who are undocumented get their appropriate treatment that understands their immigration situation. I want everyone in this city to know that we respect immigrants at the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office. Some of us either are or not too many generations ago were immigrants at the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office. I have no love for the words mass deportation. And in the vein of a statement I made right before the election, let me say this too. If ICE has the legal ability to do some things, that does not mean that law enforcement has the legal ability to commit crimes in the city of Philadelphia. The law will be followed here, and that law does not permit hate crimes. It does not commit violence against undocumented people. It does not permit the horrific criminal negligent treatment of children in the city of Philadelphia. It will not permit the impermissible dispersal of private information about people. In other words, if Donald Trump wants to bring ICE to Philly and commit crimes under the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, then he can F around and find out. We will bring charges. We will prosecute people, whether they are federal agents or not, if they commit state crimes in the city of Philadelphia. I'll say it one more time. I wish I could say it in Spanish. He can F around and find out. Thank you.
Jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
The March for Immigrant Rights.
I'd like to introduce now Inem from Africom.
Okay, my hand's broken already. Do I just press the button? Can y'all hear me? You can hear me?
Louder.
A little bit louder? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Inem Olubajo, and I stand here today on behalf of Africom community. The African, Caribbean, and every immigrant family whose voices must be heard. We are here today to stand united for the rights, freedom, and safety of immigrants, migrants, and refugees. And today we stand united, undocumented, documented, as workers, families, students, and neighbors. But first and foremost, as a public health professional, we are all human beings, irrespective of our status in America. And with the looming immigration policies, our overall well-being and mental health is of paramount importance. Africom is and will always be here for our African and Caribbean people, fighting for our rights together. However, I will share a specific story of a person in our community. Just one story that shows the real human cost of policies rooted in fear and division. This story is about an elderly 74-year-old woman named Grace, whose entire livelihood has completely evolved around Trump's immigration policies and how these yet to be implemented policies has affected her. She wakes up every single morning going into her cell phone to read and view all available news outlets, either on the television, be it CNN or MSNBC or whatsoever else, to see what is being put out. This is affecting a documented immigrant. And this individual is constantly brewing over this particular immigration deportation issue, and this has a major effect on many other immigrants and citizens across the country, directly or indirectly. For example, if a mother is deported, it will affect her children that are citizens. Do those children deserve to be deported due to the mother's undocumented status? No. Absolutely not. So, we are asking and pleading. Mbok, Ejo, s'il vous plaît. Those are different African languages and Caribbean languages. As a sanctuary city, and for the local officials to please limit and enforce information sharing with federal immigration authorities and prohibit ICE from conducting unnecessary raids in municipal spaces to protect vulnerable immigrant populations. Finally, we must demand from the White House, as the deportation machine has brought nothing but distress and fear to our communities. Together, let's demand that the administration take real action to protect the vulnerable and rebuild a just immigration system. Together, we fight for all, because no human being is illegal. And absolutely nobody should be left behind. This is not just a fight for immigrants. It is a fight for justice, humanity, compassion, and the equality values we all share as humans. Thank you. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
I'd like to now introduce Councilmember Jamie Gauthier.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I am so proud to be standing here with you all in the birthplace of modern democracy and freedom to stand up for our immigrant neighbors. Whether we are talking about 2024 or 1776, immigrants have always enriched our city. They've always created new businesses and jobs and made the social fabric of our city better. Right? My very own mother immigrated to Southwest Philadelphia from St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a teenager. And so I know firsthand how important it is for us to wrap our arms around Philadelphia's newest residents. Because if my mom and her family were not able to come here and build their lives, I wouldn't be standing before you as a council member. And every child of an immigrant deserves that same opportunity. And as a council member, I also feel very fortunate to represent a district in West and Southwest Philadelphia that diverse immigrants from all over choose to call home. And you know what? I will always stand up for them. And not only that, I will always stand up to any self-serving politician trying to portray hard-working immigrant families as boogeymen for their own political gain. Philadelphia is a sanctuary city, and I will do everything I can as a council member to ensure that we stay that way, right? And none of us should abide by city resources being used towards harmful enforcement practices that make all of us less safe. Instead, we should be prioritizing resources and support for our immigrant communities, like legal aid and housing support and access to health care and education. I firmly believe that Philadelphia's present and our future depends on the ability for immigrants and new Philadelphians to be able to come here and thrive. And so by standing by our immigrant communities, we are making sure that equity and justice and brotherly and sisterly love and all those things that we say are important to us as a city are available to all of us. Thank you so much for being here. No fear, no hate, no detention, never stay. No fear, no hate, no detention, never stay. No fear, no hate, no detention, never stay. Thank you for hosting the arena.
All right, I'd like to now call up Stephen from Make the Road.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steven with Make the Road, Pennsylvania. We stand here today united as a community to urgently call on Mayor Sherelle Parker to step up and support the protection of Philadelphia's sanctuary policy. The threats of ICE raids in our city is not a distant concern. It's a very real and immediate danger. If Mayor Parker does not act, this presence of ICE will ignite widespread fear among undocumented immigrants paralyzing our communities and robbing individuals of their ability to live their lives without constant anxiety. Families will be torn apart, and essential activities, from going to work to seeking medical care, will now become acts of fear, not of normal daily life. As a child of 2 immigrants who have called the U.S. home for over 30 years, the thought of my parents facing deportation fills me with deep fear. My parents are the backbone of our household, the primary providers, and without them, we would face financial hardship. If they were taken from us, it would not only disrupt our livelihoods, but also force me to put my own dreams on hold as I shoulder the responsibility of supporting my family. The emotional toll of losing them would be devastating, and it would fracture the trust and connection that we have with local communities, including law enforcement. The looming possibility of ICE using PAR's database to target immigrants and carry out raids at courthouses, schools, churches, and workplaces would devastate countless families like mine. This is not just an immigrant issue, it's a community issue, one that affects the stability and well-being of us all. We cannot let this happen in silence. We must come together as a united community to fight back against this injustice, to stand up for the rights of our families, and ensure that this threat is not allowed to tear us apart. Now is the time for action. Let's
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Steven y estoy con Make the Road. Estamos aquí hoy unidos como comunidad para pedir urgentemente a la alcaldesa Cheryl Parker que dé un paso al frente y apoye a la comunidad inmigrante y las pólizas santuarias de Filadelfia. La amenaza de redadas de ICE en nuestra ciudad, las familias van a quedar destrozadas. Las actividades de todos de día a día van a ser implementadas. Se convertirá en un acto de miedo ir a buscar atención médica. Esta no es una vida diaria. Como hijo de 2 inmigrantes que han llamado a los Estados Unidos por más de 30 años su hogar, la idea de que mis padres enfrenten una posible deportación me llena de un miedo profundo. Mis padres son la columna vertebral de nuestro hogar, los principales proveedores, y sin ellos enfrentaríamos dificultades financieras. Si nos los quitan, no solo perturban nuestros medios de vida, sino que también me obligaría a dejar mis propios sueños y responsabilizarme para mantener a mi familia. El costo emocional de perdón sería devastador y fracturaría la confianza y el contexto que tenemos con las comunidades locales, incluyendo la fuerza del orden. La posibilidad inminente de que ICE utilice la base de datos PARS para actuar contra los inmigrantes y lleva a cabo redadas en juzgados, escuelas, iglesias, lugares de trabajo y hospitales, devastaría inmensamente a nuestras familias como la mía. Este no solo es un problema de inmigración, es un problema comunitario que afecta la estabilidad y el bienestar de todos nosotros. No podemos permitir que esto suceda en silencio. Debemos unirnos como una comunidad unida para luchar contra esta injusticia, defender los derechos de nuestras familias y garantizar que no se permita que esta amenaza nos separe. Ahora es el momento de actuar. Hagamos oír nuestras voces y protegemos a las familias que fortalecen a este país, que son las familias inmigrantes. Y al alcalde Parker, es ahora que usted demuestre liderazgo y se mantenga firme en la defensa de las comunidades de inmigrantes. El futuro de nuestra ciudad y su compromiso con la justicia depende de ello. No podemos dar el lujo de esperar. Nuestras familias, nuestros vecinos, todas nuestras comunidades necesitan que usted se una a nosotros y venga y pelee por nosotros.
I'd like to now invite Van with Viet Lead on behalf of one.
Hi everyone, can y'all hear me okay? My name is Van and I'm an organizer with Viet Lead. We organize formerly incarcerated Southeast Asian refugees who are here because of the US war in Southeast Asia. I'll be sharing a story of a community member who's been detained by ICE since August of this year. Even though his case is reopened, ICE is unwilling to release him. He has a U visa, and according to their own policy, they're not even supposed to be detaining him, but this month marked the 4th month of his detention. So I'll be sharing his speech with you all because he can't be here with us today. Hello, my name is Sarira Van. Most people know me as One. Since August 15, I have been detained in Moshannon Valley Detention Center due to an old non-violent criminal conviction that I already served my time for. This is actually my second time at Moshannon Valley. I was previously directly transferred from state prison to Moshannon in October 2024 instead of coming home, and was here until January of 2024 when they released me. ICE wants to deport me to a country I was never born in and that my family fled. My case has also been reopened since September, yet ICE keeps me here under mandatory detention. Today, I want to speak on an issue that is very near and dear to my heart, to all of our hearts. It is now or never for Biden to defend immigrant rights before he leaves office. When Trump left office in 2021, he set up barriers and issues immigration policies that slowed down any progress that Biden administration could make. He issued over 400 policy changes, some of which were still litigated into the Biden presidency. Biden can now do something similar to slow down, if not stop, Trump's mass deportation plans. He can use Trump tactics against him by implementing pro-immigrant policy that Trump will have to face or tear down to build his deportation machine. Trump brought immigration to the forefront to divide American struggle and putting out pro-immigration narrative. If we do not, we are putting immigrant on a silver platter to Trump. During the presidential election, Trump made blatant lies about immigrants to justify his call for deportation. Imagine what other lies he and his camp will make to deport millions of immigrants. In the news, we now hear the slogan, deny, defend, depose. Trump will try to deny, defend, depose every lie and evil policy he will put out against immigrants. He is the master of that. Biden needs to act now to protect immigrants. Biden has an opportunity to highlight Trump and MAGA's use of immigration as the dividing tool in his rise to presidency. At the same time, Biden needs to put policy on paper to defend immigrant rights and fight Trump's oppressive regime. We're not asking much but our basic human rights and to not live under the oppression of immigration, detention, and deportation. We're in the land of the free, but I don't feel free, and those in here with me do not feel free. What did we do to deserve to be labeled and scapegoated? We need people to speak up, both immigrant and supporter alike. We need to raise the flag to fight, but the flag we should not raise is the white one. Immigrants continue to come into this country. That means that there are more and more people who can join the immigrant rights movement. Trump wants to deport millions, but that's the key word, millions. That means we have millions and millions of immigrants who could join the forces to fight his oppressive regime. That's all. If folks want to figure out how to support One in his fight to come back to us, you can follow us on Instagram, and there's a lot of call to action for actions you all can take to free him.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
I'd like to now introduce Councilmember Kendra Brooks.
Hello? All righty. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Councilmember Kendra Brooks. Right to the, I got you, thank you. And I'm with the Working Families Party. I'm a member and I represent the city at large. And I want to let you know that we are here to support immigrants from across, not just Philadelphia, but across this country. We have seen firsthand how the Biden presidency has failed immigrants and the threat that's upon us. So together, today, we are standing to say that we won't be afraid, and because we've seen this before. We know what we need to do to prevent and protect each other. And we realize no matter who's the president, we, collectively, the people, have to continue to stand together and support one another. Yes! So in the coming weeks, President Biden, he must do everything he can to protect families and to ensure that the federal and local government cannot use mass deportation against our citizens and our family members. And here in Philadelphia, we need to go even further to make sure our leaders understand this is urgent. Our immigrant communities across the city deserve clarity from our mayor. Yes. The city needs to defend our sanctuary city status, and we must ensure that our local police force does not take directions from unappointed border czars in Donald Trump's government. So we know in 2016, our city did not shy away from this. We did not shy away from protecting our immigrants here in the city. And we know that currently now, 2024, we cannot either. We cannot stand by and just allow our community members to be forced into some of these camps that we have been seeing happen as spoken by other speakers. That's right. So today, as a council member at large, and a representative of the Working Families Party, I'm here to say that I'm willing to stand up and fight alongside of you to make sure we can do everything possible within our community to ensure we are keeping each other safe, ensuring that we're protecting each other, and make sure that we win. Wins are important, but together and community is even more important. So let's continue this fight together. Thank you so much.
I'd like to now introduce Pennsylvania State Representative Christopher Rabb.
Hey folks, I'm Rep. Rabb, and if you don't live in the 200th Legislative District, which covers Mount Airy, West Oak Lane, Chestnut Hill, and Bluebell Hill, I am still your rep. Because I'm not a district legislator, I'm a state legislator. Yep. So I represent all 13 million Pennsylvanians, irrespective of your immigration status. You see, in my district, I have a very small percentage of constituents who are foreign born. I represent a district that is 75% African American, who are refugees largely from the South. Okay. I descend from an undocumented immigrant who was one of the founding fathers. Because all of them and the people who came before them were undocumented. Am I right? So I represent 68,000 people in the state capital. And we have power and influence if we use it humanely. Yes. You see, I'm not here because this is my district. I'm not here because I come from a mixed status household. I'm here because I love you. That's why I'm here. I'm here in love, in solidarity with all of you, because your fight is my fight. They try to divide us, but it's not going to work. because we're on to them. That's right. And we know our own power. I'm not afraid of Donald Trump, but you best believe he's going to be afraid of us. And look, I know people want to abolish ICE, but before ICE, it was raggedy. You can change the name, but it's about dismantling systems of oppression. I don't want to shut down specific detention centers. I want them all dissolved. All of them. And when I got into office in 2017 under a Democratic governor, he did nothing to shut down Burke's detention center. But guess what, folks? It wasn't a detention center. It was a baby prison. That's right. Yeah. And how do I know? Because I visited. I was the first elected official from Philadelphia who went there to see for himself what was happening. And they were incarcerating babies and their mothers. And look, many times when I introduce myself, I say I represent the bluest dot in the Commonwealth. But guess what? Partisanship is kind of irrelevant in this moment because there's a lot of quiet Democrats. And let me tell you some shit. I do not countenance cowardice. Okay? I don't care what your party affiliation is. If you cannot see the humanity in all of you who show up, many of you who are risking your lives to be in this moment, then I don't know what to tell you, but I can tell you you're not a public servant. Yeah. That's why I'm here. I don't need your money. I don't need your endorsement. You don't need to live in my district. You're not free until we're all free. And we free us. And there are levers that we can pull on all levels. We got Sister Kendra who's doing the work on the local level. Am I right? Yes! We got folks on the state level. Not enough. And we got folks on the federal level. That's another conversation. But they need to be here and not in a performative manner. Yes. They need to do the work. Yes. I do not believe, which is why I introduced the bill in 2017 to make Pennsylvania a sanctuary commonwealth. But folks, Democrats are in the majority now in the House. Will that bill run? That's up to us. So, look, I said, we can scare Trump, but we got to scare some Democrats too by showing up. So if you're trying to go to Harrisburg and make your voices heard, I will unlock the doors. I love you. I love you. I love you.
When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. Say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. Immigrants are welcome here.
I lost my wife. Yeah, you ready, Mindy? Okay, let's go. Okay.
All right.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
No borders, no nation, stop the deportation. No borders, No borders, no nations! No borders, no nations! Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. What do we do? Stand up like that. What do we do? Stand up like that. No ban, no wall, sanctuary for all. 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 Ni una más, deportación. Ni una más, deportación. Ni una más, deportación. Ni una más, deportación. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
That was, that's a long time.
Good, how you doing? All right, signing off from the Immigrant Rights March here at 6:30.